to my channel. I would say long time no see, but yeah, that's all on me. Well, no, I wouldn't say it's really an excuse, but we have just had so much going on, lots of appointments and tests and stuff. Still trying to figure out what is going on with our kiddo and still not getting any answers yet. And same with myself, but I haven't really been focusing on myself. I've just been so focused on her that I haven't really given myself a second thought. But that's the reason why I hadn't, up until now, really had the opportunity to film. And it's just me. She is away, hopefully enjoying herself. I have been worrying about her. She is she's having a camp this week. Her doctors thought that it would be really good for her to get out and just be a kid and stuff. And even though I do agree, the mommy in me just know what it feels like to deal with chronic pain and fatigue every day. I just worry about her and her pushing herself beyond her limits. But there's some good people keeping an eye on her for me and everything. So I haven't gotten any calls yet, so far so good. But I just kind of wanted to go over right quick in this video, and then hopefully film a couple of Playing With Me's here in a little while. Well, I've got the chance and the quietness to just kind of get caught up on some things. So I've got this stack, and actually got a new one to add to it, but I'll get to that in a minute. So kind of where I'm at with my mini, my on the go, I should say. I've kind of been all over the place with it the last couple of months, and I do apologize for the lighting. With this heat, I mean, it's gotten up with the heat index. They were expecting it to be like over 100. So our house, our HVAC unit at least, was having a hard time staying caught up with the heat and everything, keeping it down. And so I ended up going and buying blackout curtains for the whole front of the house, just because it faces the west, the setting sun. So it would get even hotter here. Like one day, no joke, I come in the house, look at the thermostat, and it read 77 degrees. And I had the temperature set down to 67. So yeah. So doing the blackout curtains, it does make it much darker in the house, but it has helped with the temperature some. I think the highest it's gotten is like 74, and I think my husband's went behind me and moved it back up to 68, so I'm not sure. But yeah, so you can tell just so much. And there was some storms earlier, and I ended up being delayed a little bit getting started, and it worked out because the storms passed. But anyway, enough on that little tangent there. So this is my on the go. I had a mini Happy Planner, and I finished up the one that I was using. It was a outdated one. Got to the end of it. I wanted to, that's not it. I think I actually put it away, but I had actually switched over to a Skinny Classic for a while. Actually, not even a month. I wanted to try something different. I thought I would enjoy that, but and I'm sure, you know, anybody has seen what the Skinny Classics look like. So this is essentially your monthly. I mean, you got this, but this is like your monthly where you can actually write down stuff. And I tried it. I don't know what the 1 month that I tried was in here or not. Might be in. Yeah, I don't think it's in this one. I think it's in the other one. But my brain doesn't. I mean, even as an on-the-go one, my brain just could not process looking at this layout. You know, writing out appointments and stuff through here. If I had multiple appointments, my brain just was not able to process this. Now, this part I don't mind. I like the, you know, kind of the horizontal. I just can't do this monthly. I have to have the monthly, you know, view of like you would see in a regular mini and your classic and your big. So I switched back to a regular mini Happy Planner. And so right now I've got this, and as you can tell, I've had this for quite a while. It's getting wore out, but I went with this one because the purple matched all this purple. And so I have this kind of summery wrong cover on these pretty purple discs. And I've got the name page here, and then I've got my sections back in here of like how I like it. And I went back to using it in June. And it worked for me. Let's see. Yeah, I gotta cover up a couple of things. So, yeah, no, you can't see it too much. I honestly wasn't expecting to film. So, let me just go to a normal monthly. So, here's plain monthly. As you can tell, this is a wrong vertical from 2021. My brain comprehends this better. Like this viewpoint, the way this is laid out, my brain and my eyesight, which ain't the best, comprehends this easier. So that is why I switched back to a mini, just a regular mini like this. Because again, my brain couldn't, I couldn't do the other layout. Okay, so this is my current Franken Planner setup. I've got this cover on it. It's not my favorite, but I thought it matched this cover. This is the cover of a planner. It was actually part of the spring release, I'm pretty sure. And it was at Hobby Lobby, and Hobby Lobby is getting rid of their Happy Planner, it looks like. So I thought I would get this one discounted cheaper than it was, but it was still $15.99, but that's okay. I love the inner cover here. Show that because that has pictures and stuff. But so, you know, same setup. My notes here, I didn't want full sheets, so I actually went with some different types of the half sheets. Like I've got some of these. They're lined on the front, grid on the back. I've got this. This was part of a student release years ago. And you can write your date there, top 3 priorities, and then anything you want to do tomorrow, and then you got your dot grid on the back. And then these I actually like to use as like a shopping list. You know, if I need to write out a shopping list, got that right there. And then my monthly has some information on it. It kind of makes it hard. I really wasn't planning on filming, and then I don't know, it just kind of spur of the moment. So this don't really have any revealing information that I can tell. So this is my setup for this week. I used the Color Me Happy sticker book. Just wanted lots of colors, so I went with it. And then I already have August in here too, ready to go. So I'm going to finish out the Beetlejuice planner for this year. It goes until December. And then I'm going to be actually starting in January using this planner, the one that this cover goes to. I got this one on here just to protect the pages, but it's the Whimsical Seasons. It's actually an 18-month layout. Got this for $15.99. Well, it was $15.99 at Hobby Lobby, but if you catch them on sale, you can actually get 40% off on top of that. Some of the dividers I like, some I don't. Oh, I really love this one. And it's a shame that I won't get to use it because I really want to finish the Beetlejuice planner. I don't want to jump around, but I'll be able to do this one next year. Because this is a 18-month. I just had to redate. So I'm going to start it in January. Because this is a 2025-2026 planner. So when I finish the Beetlejuice planner in December, then I'll just start this one in January. The only thing is, it's like every page is decorated. It kind of goes back to how Happy Planner used to be, you know, decorative and stuff. Yeah, I mean, some ways it would be nice not to have it, but, you know, sometimes it don't bother me. So I might be able to do it and not pay any mind. So February won't be that hard to blend in, depending on what spreads I have certain weeks, like because it has the flowers come down here and the bow in the corner. Now this week, the week of Valentine's Day, won't be a big deal. March has, is that the same flowers as February's? Yeah, same flowers as February, just a different color bow. And looks like the same thing's going to be for April. So far, I like the dividers for 2026. I mean, it would be nice not to have flowers every week, but I can overlook it. Now we're getting into the lemons in June. Has ones there, you know, I can work around that. I don't understand the lobsters. I really don't. I don't understand the lobsters. So I'll probably cover this divider up, or I mean, I don't want to use the divider out of here because I want to try to use the rest of those months, but I just have to cover up a large lobster every week. August is pretty. September, starting to go into the fall leaves and the little squirrel. So this is okay. I mean, it's gonna have the squirrel and the leaves every week, but I mean that's okay. I can tolerate that. And then here is the reminders that they've started putting in their new planners. I didn't realize that was in there. I'll go ahead and take that out. I love the divider for October of next year. It's so cute. And then it switches over to the little black kitty. And then November. Still the leaves. And then switches over to December. And then you have the kind of holly down the middle with the little Christmas truck and cars. So it's got a truck for the monthly, but it's got cars on the weekly. So, and then just, you know, do the first 5 months or 5 or 6 months. But that's the plan anyway. But this is what I'm using right now. I still have, it's got a D here, but this is actually my wellness planner, and I'm using the Simply Layout Bambi. I went back, as you probably saw, maybe in a couple of other videos. I don't honestly remember what I filmed in the last one, but I know I had switched to trying dailies, and yeah, I just ended up going back to this. I never decorate the monthly, but I do decorate the weeklies, and then I just write down what symptoms I'm having those days, so I can keep track if there's anything extraordinary, like I'm having a really bad pain day, or I'm having a cycle of headaches or anything like that. That can be you know, kept track. I still have a journal, still using this outdated, it was a seasonal planner. Let's see, what year was it? 2020 planner, so it's, yeah, pretty old. Oh well. So I'm going to finish up this one because it's just got a couple of months left. And then this was another one that I got from Hobby Lobby. It was, now I don't know what was going on that particular day, but like it was marked, I think it was marked like $15.99, and this is the one with the deluxe cover on it and has the pockets on it. It was, I swear, I think it was marked originally $15.99, but it rung up like 8 something. And then I got 40% off of that. So I only got it for like barely $5. And it didn't actually start until this month. So, I mean, you can't beat that. But I want to finish this one up before I start another one. I want to try not to do that, you know, jumping around and stuff. So, however many months I've got left of this one, I think I've gotten until October, like, I think. And whenever that one's done, then I'll switch over to this one. Now, it is the new layout, or they changed the layout of the horizontal, where you got the checklist right here. I use the horizontal as a journaling planner, so I don't know how I like that, but I wouldn't have to redate one and try to figure all that out and stuff. So I am just going to use it and just try to ignore or cover up the checklist, whatever. This one is okay. I don't like all of the dividers. It is really colorful. Now this one I don't mind, but most of them I don't really like. It's like just too much. It's not my style, so I'll probably end up covering most of them. But you know, when I finish up with the current horizontal that I'm using, then I'm going to use that one as my next journaling planner. Yeah, I don't really want to show it because, you know, my journaling is my journaling planner. It's where I you know, write my thoughts, try to get my head cleared a little bit. Still don't work that great. Okay, so I am going to have one more in my lineup. Let me zoom out a little bit more because this is a big one. So, one of the other things that is going to be changing for us, I think I got black metal discs. I think I'm gonna put these on black metal discs, just because I don't know how wild I'll get tossing this around and stuff. Anyway, see, this is why I have a journal, because my brain goes left field, right field, center. You never know where it's going to end up. One of the things that we had to think about with our kiddo and everything that's been going on is we're looking still lots of doctor's appointments. We are also looking at a mild procedure coming up, possibly pretty soon, on her knee, which would have her down for a couple of weeks. I think they said the healing time could be anywhere from 2 to 3 weeks. And we have a couple of specialists that we are more likely going to be traveling to. That's about an hour and a half to 2 hours away from us. All that being said, school is supposed to be starting here in about a month. If we stayed in you know, regular brick and mortar school, that was what we was going to have to be figuring out. And at this point of where she's at, we know she wouldn't be able to get through a full school day. She would be lucky to be able to get through an hour or two, just because it's a decent sized campus, and even though it's middle school, it used to be our old high school many, many years ago. So it's a big campus, or it's a decent sized campus, especially when you are dealing with pain. And on top of all the doctor's appointments and tests that she's looking at, and healing from, you know, this procedure that she's looking to have, we decided to take the change from a traditional brick and mortar school to switching her for now to online school. And not just because of health issues. There were some other non-related issues going on that we felt like it would be best to keep her away from the time being. So we're given homeschool. Well, it's kind of like homeschool, but it's online. It's an accredited school through online. It is almost being like in a public school, but in a home setting is the best way to describe it. So we did some research and talked about it and stuff, and we just felt like it would be you know, the best option for us right now. So with all that being said, I need something to help excuse me, to keep up with everything, because we have to count attendance. I had to help her keep up with her assignments and stuff. So it just so happened I had this old homeschool planner, teacher planner. It's a big, so I have put it together to kind of help me help her. This is to help me keep up with attendance, and what I'll do is like every day that she is you know, that she, and counting attendance for that is going to be a lot different than if she would be in a actual school setting. The whole reason why we chose it is because it's easier to work around you know, doctor's appointments and stuff like that than it would be being in school. And she wouldn't miss like instruction, you know, like lectures, not lectures, that makes it sound like she's in college, but like, you know, lessons going on in the class, because they post live lessons on the website that she would be able to watch, and she wouldn't miss any information being taught in class that could help her learn, you know, whatever they're going over. So, because this is, I'm pretty sure, yeah, this is, even though it was a homeschool planner, it was still dated. I had to kind of work around it a little bit. So, I actually had to go through and kind of change. I had to mark out the days, you know, the initials. I had to mark those out and rewrite them to have them line up with the months, so I didn't have to change the months up there. But went ahead and like, this will just be nothing but like important dates for school. So it'd be, you know, like breaks and when there's no school, stuff like that. And then you know, any other important dates that comes up, be able to put that in here. This next section, I'm not going to go through it because it's got like schedules and stuff for school. We did already got her course, like her courses for the school year, what classes that she'll be in, and she's pretty excited about one of them at least, because it's art, and she really loves art. I did move, which I'm not going to show, but I did put in, I had a little sheet where you can put like little pictures in, and I've put in one school picture every year from the time that she was in preschool up until the last picture that she had taken in public school, which was her sixth grade year. And then I did put a folder in here. It came in one of the, it either come in one of the box kits or an accessory pack. I don't honestly remember, but so I've got all the months in here. Well, up until May, because, you know, don't, or at least for our area, you don't typically have school in June and July. But as you can see, I've redated at least the tabs. But this first one, actually October of 2021, lined up with August of this year. But I'll cover all that up and stuff. But it's got a list here, to-dos, deadlines, chores, and then because this is a homeschool, let me make sure I'm still in frame here. It has this cool little section first before you even get to the weeklies. So this first page is a grade tracker, and which I'd done that even when she was in public school. We had, our school system had an app that you could use to keep track of their grades, see if they had any missing assignments, you know, add money to their account, stuff like that, you know, all that stuff. But I would always write down her, you know, each assignment and a grade, and that way if something was missing, I could go back, and if we was having trouble with, because I had a lot of trouble with my old phone. I had a Samsung, and I just recently upgraded, made the switch over to an iPhone. So far, very happy. But I never know when my phone was going to break down. So I would always write down stuff so that way I could keep track of it. But this actually has a section for that, so you could write the subject, you know, whatever class it was, the date, the test or the project, or, you know, whatever the assignment was, the grade that she made, you know, like number-wise or percentage-wise, and then what letter grade that counts as. So this wouldn't be enough because I always write down everything, but, you know, it's enough for now. And then here's class overview. So the top line is subject or class, and then here's a description, lesson details. So basically it's like, you know, if it has a certain assignment or project or something due in a class, you would write here, then write a little description about it here. Important dates, that'd be important, like dates like, you know, either test, or, you know, if they was had a meeting or anything like that, would, for the month, it would go here, I'm assuming. Deadlines, that would be anything for, like, you know, big projects or anything like that. And then here's like an actual section for projects, and you get front and back of that. And then here you get a reading list. So you know, since it's only her, obviously, you know, my kid's name would go here, grade, year. I don't have to put all that because, you know, I know who she is, I know what grade she's in, and I know what year it is. So I wouldn't have to put that. But here you got the different columns. Wouldn't necessarily need this one. Like, I could actually like mark that out and then initial beside of it to show, yeah, I know she read this. So you have book's title, book's author, subject, and then read by. But since it's only just going to be her, I would, like I said, put my initial here. And then the next page over, you start into your weeklies. So the dates are at the top in this one. Because it is a homeschool, you still get the weekend. And this could still come in handy for us because, say, if she has a doctor's appointment, one of the ones that's the couple hours away, it would be hard for her to get much done on that day. And they actually, in the kind of orientation or webinar thing that we got to have, they could actually make up that lost time on a weekend. You know, and it's not as bad as it sounds. I mean, it's going to be easy work, and kids are on a laptop or some sort of electronic device most of the time anyway, so, you know. But, and then, you know, each squares can, you know, represent like a different class, like ELA, math, science, social studies, so forth. And then your sidebar over here has important assignments. So it's a checklist of 5. That's where you would put, like, you know, big assignments, you know, something major, probably. Don't forget, you know, that would be like, you know, email your teacher or whatever. Weekly focus, and then 3 activities. That could be, you know, anything. And then, you know, you get weeks, and, you know, in a lot of student planners, at least, these would be color, but these are at least gray, so it's not too awful bad. And not that I would really decorate this much anyway, but I could, because I've got obviously teachers stickers and stuff. So I probably wouldn't really need to put much in the monthly, unless it's like a day that they're out of school, or like, say, she has like a meeting, one-on-one meeting with the teacher on, you know, on like a Zoom meeting. I don't know that they use Zoom, but you know, it could be something like that. And so each of the months has the same layout, and then of course I've got it all the way out till May. But that is kind of what I have for this. I'm actually, this has plastic discs on it, but I'm pretty sure I have some black classic size discs. So I'll probably switch it over to metal, because I break plastic too easy. So that is kind of where I am at the moment. I'm going back to now having a actual teacher planner. Of course, my typical Franken planner that I have, and then my mini. Right quick, I do have something that I did pick up today at Walmart. That, if you love pens like I do, you will love these. These are actually Papermate. I threw the back away. These are Papermate Ink Joys in metallic. And so this is what it looks like. It's the Papermate Ink Joy. It's just like the Brights that I got, but these are metallic. And you get 6, and I did kind of a test earlier on them. Now, the aqua and the green also kind of has like a little glittery to it, and the orange does a little bit, but I love that blue. So you get orange, well, I call it orange, pink, purple, blue, aqua, and green. And I really like them. I love pens anyway. I won't talk about my collection that I have, but yeah, Walmart has these. So if you like, different types of pens and stuff, and you're a fan of Papermate, definitely go by there and take a look. I know I love pens, obviously. But that is a recap of where I've been and where I'm currently at. And this could very easily change again at any point. But right now, this is taking care of the needs that I have right now, and that I, of what I need to. And who knows? It may change again, but I appreciate anybody that's popping on and giving this a watch. I know it's been quite a while, but honestly, like, even during the times when I might have had a minute to myself and there wasn't a doctor's appointment or something going on, honestly, my heart kind of wasn't in filming, and my head wasn't in it. Just with everything going on and stuff, it just wasn't there. So that's just being honest. And after I film these, who knows when I'll film again. My intention was to be more consistent in filming, and that hasn't happened. But my channel isn't monetized, not even close, and so I don't have that to worry about. I've just been doing this to, obviously, I wouldn't mind to get monetized at some point, but it's not that pressure of having to try to get this in and stuff. It's just something to, get my mind off things and just kind of talk. But I appreciate anybody watching this for stopping by, and hopefully it won't be as long next time. But I'm not going to make any promises either, because, life is life, and you never know what's going to happen. But if you watch this and you stuck through the whole thing, thank you so much. I appreciate it. And I appreciate just letting me share this space and express my love of paper and pen and stickers. But hopefully it won't be long until the next time. Bye.